Well, again, this is my third attempt to try to get out of Salt Lake City and route to Atlanta. Let's see if it works this time. I've had a bird strike, and then I've had a computer crash, I've had instruments crash. Everything that could go wrong seemed to go wrong. So let's see if we make it this time. Again, this is a long flight, so I probably won't, I know I won't film the whole thing, but I may pick up spots as I pass over cities or something like that. I may pick it up, so we'll work from there anyway. So I don't see anybody in the pattern, so we're gonna go here. And hopefully we'll get everything set up. Hey, what's up? Lock him in? What time? Okay, give me a few minutes and I will. Okay. You what? Oh, you are? You should have it. There's one over there. Yeah, there's a snowblower and a lawnmower over there. Go back and look in the shed in the back. If it's not in the garage, check the shed in the back. Okay? All right. Yep. Well, we're off the ground anyway. We'll see what happens from there. Oop. No, we're not. No, we're not. Now we're right. I'm probably going to cut this video a little bit short. My son called. I got to run an errand, so I'll probably be pulling this a little bit short, and we'll get that done and come back. Hopefully, nothing will crash in the meantime. So we'll talk to you later. And we're crossing over Grand Junction, Colorado right now, which is what I'm showing. Below us, at 33,000 feet, this is Grand Junction. This is the Grand Junction Airport. And it looks like, I'm not sure what interstate that is, 70 maybe, that goes through Grand Junction. As you can see there, running along the side of it, and then Grand Junction Airport. So just thought I would throw that in as we continue our eastbound trek. And we'll talk to you again. Right now, what you're looking at in the center of the picture is Pikes Peak. And then at the break of the mountains here is Colorado Springs. We're passing just a little bit south of Colorado Springs. This is Pikes Peak in the picture. Pikes Peak tops out at 14,400 feet. And then, as you can see, Colorado Springs spreads out right there at the break of the mountain. Manitou Springs is down here, right in the breaks, and it's just to the west of Colorado Springs. And Colorado Springs then is we're passing just south of us, and then a little bit south of Fort Carson. Right here behind that cloud should be the Colorado Springs International Airport. It may pop into view here in a minute. Right, this is the Colorado Springs International Airport here. The clouds are getting in the way again, wouldn't you know it? Right here in the middle of the screen is Highway 115. It runs south towards Canyon City, and just past that, you will see here that I'm zooming in on now is, I believe, is I-25 that goes south to Pueblo. A little bit of our tourist travel here. And if we get to another waypoint, I'll let you know. And hello again. We're now, you can't see it very well because of the cloud, passing over Wichita, Kansas. They're kind of clouded over, it looks like. Can't see very much. Down underneath there, there's part of Wichita. Nice clouds. Just what I needed, huh? There's a little bit more of the city there. You can catch a little bit of it. There's a thin layer of clouds, a lot of farmland there, but not much to see. Here I thought I was going to give you a nice view of Wichita, and guess what? I guess we're not going to get a nice view of Wichita. Not much of a view anyway. Huh? Here is, well, here's Wichita International Airport, I believe. Right below us. There's a hole of a cloud here. And that's Wichita Airport. Dwight D. Eisenhower Airport, I believe it is. And then see Wichita down below. So I guess we did get to see a little bit of it, huh? And I believe this one is, I think this is McConnell Air Force Base, if I'm not mistaken, at Wichita. I'm not absolutely sure, but I think that's the name of the Air Force Base there. And Wichita spreads on east a little bit further. And I believe that's Augusta. Right up here, that's Augusta, Kansas. So, having passed over Wichita now, we will continue on our way. And now we're crossing over Memphis, Tennessee. This is the Memphis Airport down below, right here. And of course, it's a big, Memphis is a big FedEx, UPS center. Their big warehouses are right there. Anyway, this is Memphis, Tennessee, from 33,000 feet. The highway that we're flying over is Interstate 240. basically southeast or a little more south as we pass over Memphis. Pretty well cloud covered right now. Just to give you an idea where we're at, and we'll be starting our descent into Atlanta in a few minutes. So I'll come back on when we're on our final approach course into Atlanta. Well, we're on our way into Atlanta. We're on the downwind leg, the 26 right. We'll be turning to the left, to the right here in just a few minutes, a couple minutes probably. Descending through 10,000 right now to intercept the localizer at 5,000 feet. That'll be once we turn. It's been cloudy up until this point. We couldn't see anything as we were coming in over Atlanta. But it's kind of broken up a little bit, and we should have reasonable visibility to the airport. Right now we're passing through 80,500 for 7,700. Then we'll go on down to 6,350. And at that point, we'll be turning inbound to pick up the localizer. And our arrival into Atlanta, we're landing west today. The arrival time in Atlanta will be approximately, our gate arrival time is scheduled for about 1,500. A little after that. As you can see now, we're turning in to catch the glide slope. It should be on it pretty soon, actually. Passing through 6,000 feet, so we'll be intercepting our mobilizer at 5,000 feet and heading in at that point. So we're doing pretty well on course. It looks like we're over what is now Conyers, or very close to Conyers and Covington before we turn back in towards the airport. My gosh, I didn't trust my instruments that time. The machine was turning inbound and I wasn't ready for it to turn inbound, but I guess we're on money. So gotta trust your instruments once in a while. I see the airport ahead of us, and we should be on it pretty soon. What is the course? 275. We're a little bit off to the left of it, but that should correct shortly. There we go. I had a gauge that wasn't registering properly. It looks like we're doing okay now, though. And you should see around the airport ahead of us. You won't see the detail in the runways just yet, but you should momentarily. And we're approaching 3,000 feet. The airport altitude is a little over 1,000 feet, 1,027 feet. So above sea level, we're crossing 3,000 feet now. So we're about 2,000 feet above the ground. Another 1,000, we should get our first warning, ground proximity warning, and then at 500 feet, we'll get more. At 1,000 feet, I'll probably cut the throttle and adjust the speed. Currently at 190 knots. It says I can land at 130 knots. I'm going to go down to 160 knots now so that I can get the flaps extended all the way out. And should be completely configured for landing at this point. Notice the runway is a little bit off center. That's basically because our winds are coming in a little bit from the southwest, and so we're compensating somewhat to make sure we stay. The machine itself, the autopilot, is doing all that work, making sure that we get lined up properly. Turned off the auto throttle. Now I'm trying to maintain our landing speed. Right now I'm showing 161, 162 knots. which will probably bring us in at about 150, I hope, when we get down. We just got the 1,000 foot notice. .500 should be just about the time we cross this road, the interstate highway that's right below to our front. .155 knots. Well, I got rated as an acceptable landing for that, so I guess if you don't scratch the airplane, everything's fine. We're going to be taxiing all the way around the end today because we're parking at A10.